Good morning, guys. How we doing? Okay. Now, this is Gloria, and this is card number 3 of my Easter series that I got going on. Now, today I'm using my Gypsy so you guys can see how I designed my card. But it's kind of, I try to explain myself as clear as possible, but you know, I got broken English, and I'm Puerto Rican, so it's kind of hard. But that's alright, okay? We'll get it together, okay? If you have any questions after this video, don't be afraid to comment and leave me a message or PM me or private message me and ask me a question. You know, I'll try to answer it to the best of my knowledge. Okay, guys, so today, the cartridges that I am using is the Artiste cartridge and Winter Woodlands. I know you guys are saying, what are you going to do with the Winter Woodlands? I don't understand, but this is what I'm going to do, okay? This is the paper pattern that I'm using today, and it's from Making Memories, and it's called Pitter Patter, and it's double-sided. You have one side that got the little chickies, and then the other side that is just lines of different colors, okay? So let's get started. Okay, guys, so let me push this in so you guys can actually see. Okay, now on the Artiste cartridge on page 58, they have this accent shape. Now what I end up doing was I end up cutting this out at 5.5 by 5.5, and what I did, I hid the holes, and then I end up adding 2 of them because I'm going to join them together to make my card. So I will go like that. Then I will go to the advance button, copy, and copy and paste the same shape, and I'm going to put it right on top. Now as you can see, when I don't have it on top, you can see the line around it. When I have it on top, it shadows out, so you know that it's even. Now over here on the advance button, you have this flip button, flipping sideways or flipping up and down. Well, I'm going to flip it sideways and I'm going to turn it around. Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to move it over with my arrow to where I want my paper to be, and it's just a slight little join. Now in order for you to see if you got it joined together, you have to make sure that this is attached together. So you go to the basic, press attach together, and then if it's not attached, one will be blue and one will be red, okay? So then you click on it, then you go to the advance button, and you have this little notch up here with a little stylus and a star. You will click on that, and below that you have an eyeball. So you click on the eyeball, and if it comes out gray, like the way it's coming out, you see it's like gray, you don't see it. But I want to show you something. If it's not joined together, you will see that when you go to preview it, it's still red on both sides. And it's red line in between. So, and now it's gray. So you don't see nothing. Let me put this together. And let me take it out the middle so you guys can actually see where it's gray at. So you see the gray line right there? So that means that it's joined together. So when you cut it out, you will fold it, making this shape right here on this side. This will go under and the other one will go on top. Okay? So that's my card shape, guys. I hope I explained myself a little bit better this time. Okay? So now I'm going to back up a little bit so I can actually show my hands. Okay, now that is my card base. Now what I end up doing for the inside of my card was taking, you can take the same one, just unjoin it together, and in order for you to unjoin it, there is, let me bring it forward. On the basic tab, there is a line right underneath where you put it together, group it together, and ungroup it. So this on top is group, this one right here is ungroup. So I'm going to ungroup it. Then I'm going to go to the advanced tab, and I'm going to flip it back the way I had it, and I'm just going to join it together like I did earlier. And what I want to do is make the same shape, but smaller for the inside of my card. So in order for me to do that, I would just have these little notches right here. One is to make it bigger and one is to make it smaller. So I'm going to make it smaller to the best as far as I can see that it looks really good. Now that looks like it's layered together. You see how it's layered? So that's perfect. So I'm going to cut out the card shape and then I'm going to cut out the inside, how would you call it? The inside layer, okay? Okay, so that's the card base. So now that I got that done and I showed you how to do it, let's get started on my card, okay? Let me bring this back up. Okay, so I'm putting the gypsy on the side. And like I said, guys, if you have any questions, just PM me, private message me, or leave a comment under this video. And I'll try to explain myself the best that I know how. Okay, so here goes my card base. There goes my card base, and my card base, I end up shaping it 5.5 by 5.5, and then I joined them together. And like I said, when you cut it out, this is going to be the front of your card, this is going to be the back. So you would score it down in the middle, and then you would take it and then flip it under, and there goes your card base. And it looks perfect just like that. But for right now, I'm going to do the inside of my card. Now for the inside of my card, this is the card that I was telling you about that I wanted to make a shadow. And I cut that out in white, and it's right there. So you see how it's all shadowed out? It looks perfect. Now, I end up using my new Martha Stewart punch that I have. It's called Daisy Trim. And what I did was cut it out, and I'm going to adhere it down right here. And then I'm going to trim the rest off. I actually want to keep like the flower as much as I can. Okay, so I'm going to take my two-way glue pen and I'm going to glue it out. I'm going to glue it out. I'm going to glue it out. No, I'm just joking, guys. Sometimes the words come out right. Sometimes they, you know, I'm a New Yorker. So I was born and raised in New York, and Bronx, New York at that. And right up the block from Yankee Stadium. And I lived there for 18, 19 years. And then I finally told my mom that we would like to live somewhere where it's not cold all the time. So we ended up moving to Florida. Now my oldest son, Jonathan, he's going to be 22 years old. And he's still up in New York. And my son is so awesome. He's in community college, and he has a job, and he works with artistic kids, and the stories that he tells me are so amazing. And every year he'll come down to Florida and visit me, and I appreciate that he comes down, because I don't want to go back up to New York. I mean, if I have to, I definitely will. I mean, that's a must. But if I don't have to, I won't. And I haven't been up there in New York in 22 years. And when I left New York, I left it for good, you know. And, you know, I need to start actually using my, my mat. So I'm going to adhere this down right in the middle, or at least try to put it right in the middle, or a little bit further down. And I want to bring it over just a tad bit, because I want to be able to cut the little edges off. And I don't want the notches over here to show. Okay, so now I'm going to trim the excess off with my scissors. And that looks not that bad. Let me do it this way so I don't cut the paper off. You know, I could leave that just like that. No one won't notice. Okay, so now I'm going to take this and I'm going to adhere it to the inside of my card. So let me get my ATG. And that was glitter paper that I used from the glitter card stack of, it's DCWV. And you know, guys, I don't have a particular way how I end up cutting out my glitter. It's kind of hard because some days it cuts out fine and some days it messes up. So it all depends if you have a sharp blade or you're doing something that it's not too thick or too, you know, the pressure of your speed. It got a lot to do with the speed, so I usually always keep my speed at 4. Okay, so there goes the inside of my card. Now, I want to stamp. Let me get it real quick. I'm using the Scrappy Mom stamp set called Easter Blessings. And I'm going to use my Memento Tuxedo black ink. Then I'm going to get my mat. Okay, that looks perfect. And it says Easter Blessings. And that's for my Scrappy Mom stamp set. I don't have too many Easter stamps, so that'll be another thing that when Joann's or Michael's go out of clearance, I will definitely pick up if they have any. So there goes the inside of my card. I should put something else. It seems like something's missing, but I might do that after. Okay, now for the outside of my card, I already started putting it together because I knew I was going to spend some time on the gypsy. So I ended up cutting out the same shape, but I didn't make it small. I just cut out, you know, you have 2 of these and you're joining it together. So what I did, I separated and just cut one out. So it can like overlap because you don't want it to show the fold in your card. So it will show a little bit, but it won't be so much. And you can either trim that off or what. It don't matter. But I'm not going to trim it off. I'm going to leave it like that. So this is the front of our card. So let me glue that down. Okay, and then I'm going to use my 2-way and go around the edges. Just where I didn't get the tape in, so it can actually stay. Okay, so that looks really good right there. So I'm going to try to adhere this before I press down on it. I'm going to try to layer it on there to make sure that it's all even. And it looks even to me, besides over here in the corner. It just needs to go up a little bit more. And that looks good. Okay. Now what I ended up doing was cutting out another one of those images. But what I did was just cut a whole piece. And then I just cut it in half. And then I used my Frisker's grass punch. And I punched it out. So here it goes. So when I go to put it down, it's going to look just like this. Okay. It's going to have the shape of the card. And it's going to have the grass on the top. But before I put that down, there's something I need to put down first. Now, on the Artiste cartridge. There is a shape. No, it's not the Artiste cartridge. It is the Winter Woodland. Now, on the Winter Woodland, it's right here on page 58. They have a bunny rabbit. And this bunny rabbit, I end up cutting out at 2 3/3. Because what I did, I used a tag cut. Then I used this to layer on top of the tag. So I have an image that looks, instead of it being shadowed out. So, that's my card right there. And I use this tag and I use this overlay to go on top of the tag. And here goes my tag right here. Now I did this tag out of glitter, and what I did, I put some rhinestones on the top, and they're going to go right here on top of there. Just like that, guys. But, and let me see if I'm layering this out right. Yes, I am. Okay, so let me adhere this down to my card. And it's going to look just like that. Okay, now I think I want to, yeah, I could use my ATG. Now that I got this tape in, I never went squeaky, and now it's going squeaky. Now it's squeaking, saying, "Help me! She's using me too much." And, you know, I just can't help it. I tend to use up all of my tools. Okay. Okay, and did I put that straight? Okay, that looks good. Okay, so there goes my image, and that's the tag. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to adhere the grass punch right over the tag. Because it's not going to kind of look like a tag. It's going to look totally different. So let me adhere this down. Okay, and there we go. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to stamp a sentiment in the middle of the grass, and the sentiment comes from the new Scrappy Mom stamp set called Fun Celebrations. This just came out just Friday. And this got a lot of sayings: celebrate with a bang, friends through rain or shine, God couldn't put anyone, so he created, God couldn't be everywhere, so he created mothers, which that saying, I just can't wait for me to make my mother's card, because oh my god, I'm just so happy I got that. And a whole lot of saying, happy birthday America, a lucky few has a mom like you, my friend, my hero, my dad, after the storm comes a rainbow, and it just goes on and on and on. Okay, so now I'm going to use my Memento Tuxedo ink. And I'm going to put this back on my mat. And the stamp set that I'm using, it is called Sweet Easter Wishes. And I'm going to try to put it right here in the middle. Okay, that looks really good. So now, let me put my mat away. Now, what I got, I have, I end up using, I forgot to tell you, I end up using my medium cloud punch and my medium cloud punch and my large cloud punch to make the clouds that you see around. And I end up using glossy paper. Then, I used a half circle punch And what I did was just put it like in halfway and then cut it out. And then I trimmed out the sides of it so it can go right up here so it looks just like it was meant to be there. And I used my Peachy Keen stamp set called the Corny's Faces, and I ended up using, what face did I use? I used this face right here, but I used a smaller 1/2 inch one. And then I end up using a white gel pen. Now guys, when you're doing the white gel pen on glitter paper, I had to dry it with my heat gun so it can actually stay. And here goes my white gel pen. And you could get these in Joann's. You could get 3 of them for $3 and change, and then half off of that. My first time when I was getting the gel pens, I got it from the Peachy Keen stamps. And they costed me $2 for 1 pen until I saw them up in Joann's. Okay, so now I'm just going to take my glue. And I'm going to glue this sun. And I thought the sun came out really cute. And it looks good right there. But I think I want to make like some little lines. Okay, make it look like it got some shine. I should have not done that, but oh well. I did it. It's done. Okay, now for the bottom of I end up using this Mayflower Friskus punch, and I cut out 2 of them, and I'm going to adhere them on the sides over here. So let me do that real quick. And I'm just going to use my quick 2-way. Okay, and then I have these small little flowers that I end up cutting out with my flower punch from Studio G. And I think I'm just going to randomly put them around. Just in different places. So it kind of makes it look like it got flowers. And then I'm going to use a green one. Okay, I'm going to do the same on the other side. And where did the other 2 go? Okay, I lost 2 of my flowers. And here we go again. Oh, no, I found them. Yay, I found them! Sometimes I just get so blown. It could be right there in front of my face and I won't see it at all. Okay, so there goes the front of the card. Now, for my image, here goes the image that I said I'm going to use. And I cut it out of blue glitter paper. And then the hips and the face is going to be pink. I already put the eyes on. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to adhere the shapes together. Now let me take this off of here. I don't need that no more. So I'm going to adhere this right here, right on top of the glitter. I hope I'm on camera. Let me check and make sure. Yes, I am. Okay. Now, guys, I know you were saying probably when I first started the video, she's using a Christmas cartridge. Well, you know, a lot of all these cartridges that Protocraft come out, they try to fill up the cartridge as much. And, you know, they'll put anything on a cartridge, you know, just to fill it up. Sometimes they leave empty spaces, which I don't like when they do that. Because some of the cartridges I have, instead of being full with something, is an X there and an X there. And I just don't like that. And I can't remember what cartridge it was that they did that to. And, you know, it's a full cartridge. It costed a lot more money than a seasonal or a solution cartridge. And I didn't like the fact that they did that. Okay, guys. I got glue everywhere. And you know, the Scotch Quick Dry, it goes on clear. But I notice a lot, so you know, I gotta clean my mat again. One of these days I'm gonna stop gluing right on my mat and I'm gonna use my craft mat, but I always forget about that. Now there's one more thing I wanna do, and let me see if I can find it. And I have a small little pom-pom. And I think I want to use that for the tail. I wish I had it in white. But it is pink and blue, so I think I'm just going to do it this color. It do got white little fringes in it. Okay, let me hold it there for a second. And it might not work. So I might have to use Zot. So give me a second. Okay, so there goes the little bunny's tail. I hope you guys like it. And it kind of favors her her top. So now what I'm going to do is going to adhere it right here. I was supposed to put that stamp a little further down. But I'm going to pop it up so it be popped up on the grass. So let me get my foam tape wherever I put it at, of course. Okay, now this is not right. I was doing so good, guys. So good. But that's me. I can't help it. I'm just glad that you guys are really patient with me. And I know this video is super long. Okay, I guess I'm going to use these cheap ones. I hate to use the cheap ones though. Maybe one more. Okay, so now I got it on foam tape. Boy, I've never done a video this long. I mean, I've had some cards that I've done that was way long. Oh my God, but not on video, you know, I'm just talking about me making it. Okay, guys. So there goes my card. I am so glad you came by to check me out and see my card. I hope you guys like what I've done. I tried to make something a little bit different, but you know, with all due, I try my best, of course. And I hope you guys enjoy. Thank you so much for coming by and taking the time out of your day to watch my videos. You guys have a wonderful day and see you tomorrow. Well, I didn't even know what I was going to say. See you guys tomorrow, okay? Have a good day, okay? Bye now.